Welcome to Callawegin Fly Fishing with Robert Smart. Now, here's Robert.
Greetings. Today we're going to tie a fly called the Stimulator. It's got a bright red body, black thorax, grizzly parachute, and tail. It's one of those flies that I didn't expect much from. We were going out west to Montana and I tied up a bunch of flies, and this was one of them. We were fishing on the boulder, catching a few but kind of slow. I stuck this fly on and the trout went crazy for it. We used it on our entire Montana trip, on the Boulder, the Gallatin, the Ruby, the Wise. It worked on every one of the streams. Luckily I had my tying kit with me, and my brother and grandson were begging me to tie a bunch of them. So in the evenings I would tie 3 or 4 for each of them. We'd go out, slayed the trout with it. I also used it here in Missouri. About a size 16 seemed to work pretty well, and on occasion it worked well here in the trout parks and on some of the native trout streams. So here we go. We're going to tie the Stimulator. Okay, this is the Simulator. Start our thread. Enough overlaps to make it anchored. Trim the tag. Run the thread back about halfway into the bend. We have a good base. Now we're going to make the tail out of grizzly hackle barbs. And want to make it about the length of the shank. Take some light wraps, holding it straight on the top of the hook. Yeah, that'll work. Now for the body, let me build this up a little first. For the body, we're going to use 2 pieces of bright red tinsel material. And position it towards the far side of the hook. That keeps it from messing with the tail when I wrap it. Now, this stuff tends to go all over the place and separate. So I'm going to wrap the 2 strands together, and hopefully they won't separate on me when I'm wrapping it forward. Do this several times. That might be enough. Start wrapping it. I'm going to cover most of the black. You don't have to cover it all. Okay. I'll capture that end. Move it backwards with a couple more turns to make sure it's well captured. Trim that off. Now, I'm going to build my base up here in the front a little bit. Now, next step is we're going to make the wings out of some elk hair. Put it in the tapper to get them fairly even. That's close. Not that good. You don't need many of these. This is not a big wing. You just want it to extend a little bit past the bend. Couple light wraps. Cinch them down. That'll work. And bring it forward to capture all of that deer hair, or elk hair. That looks pretty good. And again, we're going to build that front base up a little more. The next step is put on a foam post. Just cut a strip out of foam sheet, which works. Center that. Cinch it down real good. And a couple wraps behind it. Help keep it straight. Okay, the next step is we're going to tie on a grizzly hackle for the parachute. Now I make my hackles a little longer on this fly than I would normally because it's an attractor and kind of makes it look bushier. I think it draws the trout in better. Couple wraps behind it. Okay, now we're going to make the thorax with just a little bit of black dubbing. Didn't take a whole lot. Wrap behind the back, around the front, back, and the front. Now, using our hackle pliers, we're going to rotate this grizzly feather around the post and make the parachute. Want to keep it close to the base as you can. Crap, I captured one of these. And I like to grab the feather and snug it just a little, compress that foam. Don't do too much or you'll break it. Now we're going to capture that feather. And trim it off tight. Excuse me. Oh, man. Now we build that head up some. Okay. Get rid of some of those that are brought forward. Now we're ready to whip finish it. Okay, nice big black head on it. Trim that off. And trim off the post. There. Finally, we'll take some head cement, put it on the thorax. And on the head up near the eye. It's got that. There you have it. Stimulator. Very effective fly.
Thanks for watching.